Warning! The following video contains a major final boss and 100% spoilers for Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, so hide behind the Fury block in the meantime until you're ready to watch the video. The year is 2020. Everyone is at home, stuck indoors. Then, on September 3rd, straight out of nowhere, Nintendo drops a direct for Mario's 35th anniversary. What? The rumors were coming true, like many people were hoping for. A Super Mario Bros. Edition of a Game & Watch, Super Mario Bros. 35, Mario Kart Live, and two huge announcements. 3D All-Stars was a massive hype and pog moment for all gamers, except Galaxy 2 fans, because it seems that Nintendo forgot its existence. 64, Sunshine and Galaxy are remade for the Switch. 64 used the Shindao version of the game, which ran in 720p, not 1080, and patched out many glitches including the BLJ. Sorry speedrunners. Sunshine was available in 1080p and 16:9 aspect ratio, and Galaxy looks way more cleaner in those HD graphics. And the topic for today, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. 3D World is a favorite game for many people, and reactions of this were through the roof. Example: No way! The trailer ends, or so we thought. Super Mario 3D World plus... what is this? It looks so mysterious. Huh? Everyone is so confused right now as to what this is. Then, the camera panned to Cat Mario in front of what looked like a large Super Bell. The logo shot in. Bowser's Fury. Whoa. Back then, I had no idea what that was, and we had no information until the next trailer for the game released on January 12th, following on from where the previous one left off, and oh my god. A fully open world game. You can use 3D World power-ups in fully 3D environments. All the enemies are cats. Bowser Jr.? Plessy? Hold up, is that Super Saiyan Mario? So many questions. Most of them unanswered in another trailer released the very next day. February 12th was the release day of this fine thing. But I stayed away from all spoilers from Bowser's Fury. Everything. I'm surprised I didn't get spoiled in any way at all. I mean, I already knew 3D World spoilers. I'm also in the Switch Top Discord server. Need I say more? Even had to avoid Nathaniel Bandy's mind-blowing and triggered video, which I always watch. So, almost a year on from a release, I am here to present to you all an all-new, unoriginal series for the channel, NintendRo Reviews, where I review various games, mostly by Nintendo, and rate them out of 10 at the end of the video. So let's begin this series off with Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. The first true 3D multiplayer Mario game. 3D World is the definition of 3D chaos, and compared to the original Wii U game, this game has so many new upgrades and improvements to the game which we will cover. I'm gonna review this game as a whole and not just improvements, as I haven't played 3D World before. So the story, it's kind of there. The gang are walking outside Peach's castle when they see a broken clear pipe. The Mario Bros, being plumbers obviously, fix the pipe as good as new. Then out pops a tiny green lady, also known as a Sprixie Princess. Panicking all over, she explains that Bowser has captured 6 of her fellow Sprixie Princesses. This changes to 7 when Bowser decides to pop out of the pipe and grabs the fairy and traps her in a ball and goes down the pipe. The gang, being themselves, follow Bowser down the pipe into the Sprixie Kingdom, the setting of this game. As the game is the sequel to 3D Land, all of the power-ups from that game, aside from the Statue Leaf and P-Wing, return, and we get to see some brand new power-ups too. Of course, the main power-up of the game is the Super Bell, aka the most OP power-up in the game. This allows the player to transform into a cat. They can climb up walls for a small amount of time before the cat slips and slides back down, swipe its claws at enemies, pouncing, claw dive, and literally climb up the flagpole at the end of the level. Seriously, climbing up the flagpole? This is actually really important to 100% the game, which we will get back to in a bit. There's also the Lucky Bell, which gets unlocked in the World Mushroom. Now, how do you make a Lucky Bell? Easy. Just grab a Super Bell and a statue leaf and pour a bunch of coins in it and you're done. When the player ground pounds as Lucky Cat Mario, it turns Mario into a statue and can spawn coins when doing so. The longer the fall, the more coins get collected. It can also defeat enemies too. The Double Cherry is another power-up which makes its debut in this game, and it simply just makes a clone of the character. This allows certain platforms to move to access green stars and stamps. And exclusive to this port, we have the Invincibility Bell, which is the invincibility leaf from 3D Land, but it's a Super Bell. There are also a lot of new items introduced as well. Now, don't get confused. See, power-ups can be taken from one level to another, except the Double Cherry, Superstar, and Invincibility Bell and Leaf. But items cannot be taken from level to level. The first new item is the Cannon Box. Certain question mark blocks can become one of these when hit. Continuous cannon shots can be made and holding down X or Y can charge a shot, allowing it to be shot further out. This is key to toxic multiplayer havoc, as shooting another player will deal them damage. Next is the Goomba Mask, which leaves you vulnerable to Goombas and Goomba siblings like Galoombas, because every other enemy is smarter than a Goomba, duh. The Light Box debuts and can defeat Boos and Peepers by shining its light on them, and the Ice Skate is a Goomba shoe on ice, and can allow players to skate on the ice. The Blue Shell has returned! Kinda. Running with the Koopa Shell in hand will make the player enter the shell and lo and behold, the Blue Shell. And finally, Piranha Plant. I call him Bob or Steve. This buddy eats enemies and collects nearby items. He is also savage and loyal to the player who holds him, as he does attack other players in multiplayer. Speaking of multiplayer, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the first 3D Mario multiplayer title. And no, this is not multiplayer, where it's just a side mode where you all play as the Yoshis, and this is not multiplayer, where you play as a co-star Luma. A true 3D Mario multiplayer experience. You can play as 4 characters, Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Toad. Hey, they're all from Super Mario Bros. 2. Mario is balanced, Luigi can jump high but is very slippery, Peach can float for a bit but is super slow, and Toad is speed but can't jump high. And after beating World Star 2, you can unlock Rosalina as a playable character. While she is slow like Peach, she has her spin attack like Mario from the Super Mario Galaxy games. This allows her to attack enemies and essentially do a double jump. Seeing as she doesn't need a Luma to do so, she can spin as many times as she wants. Although for some stupid design reason, she can't take out Octoombas with her spin. Bruh, if Mario could in the Galaxy games, then why on earth can't she? Seriously. But what's cool about this 4-player co-op on the Switch is local and online play. Yup, the one thing which was missing in the original game was online, and now it has it. Although you do need Switch Online to play, but even then, the online isn't too bad for say. I played a bit of online with some friends and it went quite well. Hectic as we didn't use VC, but it was a blast. And Captain Toad levels are now multiplayer too. A smart and needed change from the original where only one person could play. You can play as Captain Toad himself, Hint Toad, Bank Toad and Yellow Toad. They maybe could have put Toadette in as she is in Treasure Tracker, but that's just one small issue. The level design is another key thing to talk about here. It takes the more linear route like its predecessor, yet feels slightly more open, despite the slightly limited camera control. Maybe because it is on a console rather than a handheld, so obviously hardware limitations of the 3DS had something to do with the open feel of its levels. But the colours in 3D World really do pop, and there's a lot more room for exploration in the levels. You get the usual grass, underground, desert, snow, ghost, beach, forest, lava and castle levels, but also some space and circus themes too. Many levels have their own mechanic or thing to them, like Beat Block Skyway being the level where the blocks change to the funky music, Sprawling Savannah being a beast of an open world in one section, and then Champions Road, which is the Oxford Dictionary definition of suffering. One example being the Plessy levels, where you hop onto Plessy, a large orange dino, and swim through the level with a control stick. Plessy can also jump and slide on sand too, as seen in Plessy's Dune Downhill. In this level, the players control Plessy, and if there are more players and they press the jump button at the same time, they jump higher. There are also auto-scrolls like 3D Land. I myself am not an auto-scroller fan, so you would know that I would not like levels such as Chainlink Charge. Switchback Ruins is essentially a Zelda title, where you play from a top-down perspective and flip switch panels, whilst you have an actual Mario Kart level in the form of Mount Mustache. Back on the Wii U, the gamepad was heavily used on levels like Puff Prod Peaks, where you would use the gamepad to move the touchstones, allowing players to progress and use the mic to blow the propeller platforms. Now to do this on Switch, press R to reveal a cursor, which acts as a pointer to do the same thing, and the propeller platforms are now replaced by lifts. Then we got the Captain Toad stages. You can play as Captain Toad and the Toad Brigade in these small levels, collecting 5 green stars, whilst finding your way around. Captain Toad can't jump however, which requires the players to use the camera to rotate the stage to see paths and how to maneuver around. These little adventures were used to create the spin-off game Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Next, we have mystery houses. These green star farms consist of small 10-second challenges to complete. Each challenge rewards the player with a green star, the main collectible of the game, which we will talk about in a moment. You can collect either 5, 10 or 30 green stars depending on the house you go to. All of these are found on the world map, my favourite from all the games. It's as if the map itself is a level. You can find coins and 1-ups and break blocks and jump around. You can walk from level to level and get loads of lives from lucky houses. Simply match up the symbols to gain up to 7 lives. There are many hidden levels and pipes to find on the map which require a lot of exploring. I couldn't find some levels until just finding a blank area on the map, then press A to spawn a pipe or level. There are a total of 8 worlds with 4 bonus worlds. All the worlds in the Sprixie Kingdom are connected through clear pipes. You can find Sprixie houses, lucky houses, Toad houses, enemy battles, and either Mystery House or Captain Toad stage in every world. Just like Galaxy 2 and 3D Land, there are collectibles within these levels, first being green stars, the main collectible. These function similar to the star medals from 3D Land. All regular courses have 3 in them. These can be used to unlock some levels and the final levels in each world, and are hidden in the levels. Most are easy to find and can be found with the rabbit, by collecting green coins from green star rings, which act like red coins but spawns green star, and more. Enemy battles contain 1, Captain Toad stages have 5, and mystery houses have 5, 10 or 30. The final collectible are stamps. These are slightly hard to find, and there is 1 in every level, except the courses in World Mushroom and Flower, Mystery Houses and Captain Toad levels. However, stamps do appear in the Captain Toad and Mystery House in World Crown. On the Wii U, these were black and white and were used on Miiverse posts. Obviously, Miiverse is dead, and the Switch doesn't have Miiverse, so the stamps are used in snapshot mode. Just like Odyssey, players can enter snapshot mode and take a photo with various filters and now stamps. The stamps are in full color now, and the mode is also available in Bowser's Fury. While there are no stamps in Bowser's Fury, you can still use the stamps you have collected in 3D World here. You can also find stamps in Sprixie houses. Now 100%ing the game is a pain unless you mainly play multiplayer. To do this, you have to beat every single level, including mystery houses and blockades, as every single character, including Rosalina, and touch the top of the flagpole at least once with 1 character. Oh, and you have to collect every single stamp and green star too. So it's quite a long-winded process, but it can be cheesed if you play every level from start with 4 players, and then Rosalina once unlocked, and you need a load of catsuits in stock to get to the top of the flagpole. Now onto the soundtrack of this game, and my god is it impressive. Number 3 on my top 10 mainline soundtracks and defo in my top 10 of all time. It's that good. The jazz genre moves on from 3D Land, but now includes a lot more orchestral pieces as well as more big band jazz. The snow and castle theme from 3D Land return, but more orchestrated as well, but it's just the jazz pieces that take the cake as amazing masterpieces. You can never get enough 3D World music. Never. Let's talk about the changes from the Wii U version of the game, which we haven't talked about before we move on. First, most cutscenes are skippable. For some reason, the intro to Boom Boo and Pom Pom fights aren't, even though the other bosses have skippable cutscenes. The moving speed is much faster compared to the original game, and there's an all new mid-air roll move. This move alone has helped me in near-death situations, so it is really helpful. There's also a ground pound jump too, and like Odyssey, you can ground pound straight into a pipe without having to wait for the animation. This also applies to when rolling into horizontal pipes. Originally, if you lost a life and you had collected any stamps or green stars in a level, you would lose them and have to recollect them. Now they automatically stay collected, which is awesome. And the game saves in the background when you leave a level too. No need to wait for the game to finish saving. Luigi Bros also returns from the Wii U game, although having save data from New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, which contains both New Super Mario Bros. U and New Super Luigi U, doesn't allow the game to be unlocked from the start. Glitches have also been patched out, which helped speedrunners a lot back on the original title, like the world map out of bounds glitch, where the player can hop onto the clear pipe at the entrance to World Bowser and fall down many worlds. The glitch to skip the Meowser cutscene has also been patched out, but the worst of all is that they removed the X next to the life count. Oh my god! Before this amazing game, there were only two types of 3D Mario: the linear games, Galaxy 1, Galaxy 2, 3D Land, and 3D World, and the open world games, 64, Sunshine, and Odyssey. Bowser's Fury somewhat falls into the open world category. However, all islands are connected to one area and can be accessed by simply travelling to it on Plessy. Games like 64, Sunshine, and Odyssey, there are several different open worlds in the game which can be accessed through paintings or just selecting the kingdom and going to it. Bowser's Fury is the true definition of 3D Mario. It's like the Breath of the Wild of Mario, where everything is interconnected in the main area of this campaign, Lake Lapcap. The game starts off similar to 3D World. Mario is walking along a path outside Peach's castle, similar to the intro for 3D World, when he suddenly notices black goop across the path. He follows the trail up to a very familiar emblem. That's right, it's Shadow Mario's emblem from Super Mario Sunshine. The emblem opens up into a portal, pulling Mario in. He tries to escape but fails, and deep into the black abyss, he falls. He lands head straight into the ground of an all new area. Oh no, Mario, you good there, bro? You might want to see a doctor. Oh wait, you are a doctor. Mario can take the pain. Hammers chucked at the back of his head, enemies attacking him, 20 feet Bowser yelling firebars at him, and Mario just stands there and uses 2 feet. Not much. No concussions, just his height and maybe a cap. Yeah, I do digress a lot, don't I? So Mario stands up and runs around this forest, like an area, and onto a ship which appears to be Bowser's airship from Odyssey. Then, Fury Bowser awakens. That beast is not Bowser. That is huge. It appears the dude rage quit a bit hard on a journey's end and just landed here. We move down the airship to an area of land and see our very first cat shine, the collectible of this campaign. Collecting this will activate a lighthouse and scare away Fury Bowser. Then we get to see the vast cat-themed archipelago, Lake Lapcap, and a familiar face, Bowser Jr.? Seems that Bowser is really upset and the kid wants Mario's help. Well, by the look of his face, Mario is like, bruh, you think my girl is my mama, and you framed me and sent me to prison. Why should I help you? He still does anyway. So, Bowser Jr. is in your team and he can help by attacking enemies, inspecting graffitis on walls, which either spawn power-ups or a golden pipe, and help collect coins, cat shine shards, and more. What's awesome is that you can change the settings on how much you want him to help you. A lot, a little bit, or none at all. And if you have a second controller around, Junior can be played as a second player. Now that he's in our team, we get to explore all these islands in Lake Lapcap, with our first stop being Scamper Shores. There are 3 types of terrain in Lake Lapcap to explore, with various areas to visit: Lakeside, Ruins, and Wasteland. The first area which gets unlocked is the Lakeside, where everything is cat, including the terrain. I mean, look at this. This isn't grass, it's cat fur. The trees are cats, the enemies are cats, lighthouses are cats, everything is a cat. There are even coloured cats based on the cat forms of Luigi, Toad, and Rosalina, as well as a red one, which walk around and are attracted to Mario when he's a cat. All power-ups from 3D World make it into this game, so all abilities can be experienced in a fully 3D environment. Mario can store up to 5 of each power-up, aside from the star, in his inventory and can be accessed whenever he wants. The main attraction to Bowser's Fury, which changes up 3D Mario, is Bowser's Fury itself. After some time, Fury Bowser will slowly rise from the goop below, and will then be out in the air rotating in what is known as the Fury Sun. Soon it will rapidly spin and then shoot up and awaken Bowser's Fury. It brings a rainy storm with him and turns the kitten seen around Lake Clapcat evil. Now when he spawns, you have 3 options what to do. 1. Hide. Be a coward. 2. Find a cat shine. Finding cat shines when Fury Bowser is awake can turn on a lighthouse and can scare him away, dealing damage. Or you can use the time wisely and find a bunch of Fury blocks, as behind these is a cat shine. Fury blocks can only be broken when Fury Bowser is awake, so he can destroy the blocks with his fire. And your final option is to use the Giga Bell. After collecting a certain amount of cat shines, the Giga Bell will be awoken and will allow Mario to turn into Super Saiyan Mario. I mean, Giga Cat Mario, but who calls him that? This allows Mario to fight Fury Bowser head on. After a few fights, Fury Bowser is down and unlocks more islands to explore, the next being the ruins, then finally the Wasteland. The minimum cat shines needed to beat this game is 40. This can be done by lowering Fury Bowser's health to 50%. If this is done before the final Fury fight, he can be defeated quickly from this. If not done this way, then 50 cat shines will be needed. If 47 cat shines are collected, Fury Bowser will not leave and will cause a rampage until 50 cat shines have been collected. And the final boss fight is epic. You chase Giga Bowser all over Lake Clapcat on Plessy, as Bowser now has the 3 Giga Bells with him encased in a crystal shell. Plessy must dash up the ramps to break the bells to finally defeat the beast. And the ending is so stupid. Giant Cat Plessy over opera vocals. When Giga Bowser is defeated, First Step Island is now unlocked and warping to islands can now be done from the map screen. But Plessy is still an option to use and is now a cat. 100%ing this game by collecting all 100 shines shows an all new painting at the end of the credits. Mario's catsuit is replaced with a smaller version of his Giga Cat form, and Bowser Jr. and the Junior Clown Car are cats too. There are many types of missions across the 3 planes, but there are a few ones which repeat in all. One of which are Cat Shine Shards. Cat Shine Shards, Cat Shine Shards, Cat Shine Shards. Try to say that 5 times fast. Cat Shine Shards, Cat Shine Shards, Cat Shine Shards, Cat Shine Shards, Cat Shine Shards. Whew. These are equivalent to the silver stars in Galaxy, where you have to collect 5 shards in order to get a shine. These shards can be found across anywhere in the 3 areas, and some are tricky to find, but not that hard. Another one is Oya Nico, a stupid mother calico cat. This cat wants us to find her children for her, because she doesn't have legs to find them herself, so she sits there just crying. Yo, your child is right here. There are also blue coin bustle stages, which is a P-switch timer challenge. However, compared to 3D World, the switch can be pressed again to retry collecting the coins and acquiring the cat shine. Many other levels in this game are quite easy and are all easy to access. How? Simple. Just go there. No need to go to a menu or hub world or whatever. Just hop on Plessy and ride your way there. You don't even have to go to a certain space for Plessy to spawn. Anywhere near a water body, she will hop out. And what's also cool about travelling from island to island in Lake Clapcat is the journey. How so? Well, these things called gates appear in the water for Plessy to swim through. Swimming through one of these activates a short timer challenge to quickly swim through to get a shine at the end of it. Another challenge which appears in the waters are Plessy medals. These large medals appear near docks to where players can mount onto the orange dino. Collecting one medal will spawn another further away, and the player has to get the medal before it disappears. Some medals even require Mario to dismount from Plessy to get it, then jump back onto her quickly. Once the player collects 5 of these, a cat shine will spawn in. These 2 things makes a long, boring journey on Plessy across the water so much more fun. And the soundtrack, my god, the OSTs of both of these games are so cool, but Bowser's Fury is so different, mainly because of Bowser's Fury's theme being full rock or metal, and it gives that tense and violent vibe to it. And of course, it's not a 3D World spin-off without jazz. Plessy's theme is much better in this game compared to the slide remix in the main game, and it's so happy and joyful. This game is so awesome and cool, and now I don't know what my favourite 3D Mario is anymore. My only issue with Bowser's Fury is that it is way too short. Only 6 hours. And I would love to see this as a full game, or the next 3D Mario to be fully open world like this. So, that was my review on Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, and I had a blast playing this game. I am still working on 100%ing 3D World though. Champions Road. So, out of 10, I'll give this a 9.8. It's almost perfect, and it's a great multiplayer experience, but it is mostly an easy game with a few hard levels, and 100%ing solo is a pain in 3D World. Bowser's Fury is near perfect, it's just too short. Stay tuned everyone for the next NintendRo Reviews, and big shout out to MacBoi and Crazytendo for my brand new intro which I got on my 18th. Really appreciate it guys. Until next time, take care and peace.